So we're here on behalf of Suzuki to talk about the Manji harmonica. And so also there's a customizer in the audience from New Orleans, Louisiana, Harvey Berman. So maybe Harvey, if you want, you can interject on some of the technical points about Manjis, you know, only the positive, of course. Yep. And you'll be compensated later. You know, that's what's up, you know. So anyway, Suzuki has given us some stuff, because I don't know about the other guys, but a lot of times people, I don't know if they're dismissive or not, but they say, oh, well, that's great that you play that way, but it's all a custom harmonica.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So today we'll open some Manjis, and I mean, we could have been really competitive and had another box of Honors.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you know, that would have been fun, or another brand, but that's not going to happen because I'm not that like that.
No.
But it's a great product. I've been with Suzuki about 5 years now, just about 5, since 2011, so a little under.
Same
5.
here.
Really?
Autumn.
Yeah.
2011.
But I've actually been working with Suzuki for almost 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The only reason I didn't go to Suzuki much earlier was because I was one of the founders of Harrison Harmonicas, unfortunately. But I got out of that company a couple of years before things got crazy, which was dumb luck. But I was always working with development at Suzuki, and I was always interested in them. The first Suzuki I ever saw was played by Pat Ramsey. So Pat Ramsey played the Suzuki Pro Master for most of his career. In the very end, Pat was celebrated more, so people gave him Faliscos and Joe Spires harmonicas. And at that time, both of the Joes weren't working on Suzuki stuff.
No, they were not.
No. Not that I know of. I think Joe Falisco definitely not, but Joe Spires maybe not so much. Anyway, if anybody has any questions to me or whatever, we can do that in a bit. Maybe we should just kind of introduce ourselves and talk a little bit about what we do. I'm an overblower. I consider myself a blues rock player. I have interest in funk and jazz, but my real area that I love, that I play in the most, is blues and jazz. I've been an overblower since 1998 was when I first started incorporating the technique, and it became necessary for me to start modifying harmonicas at a short period after I learned how to do the technique. So in other words, I learned on out-of-the-box instruments. Then I got into doing it, and I'm not real into playing jazz as much as some of the other guys, as much as I'm into just expression, and I don't feel that I'm not smart enough or patient enough to study harmony to the degree of some of my peers, but I really like to focus on making overblows sound good. And that's a huge thing for me, and I'll discuss that quite a bit while I'm here if that goes up. So that's what I'm into, and I'm just gonna pass the buck.
Yep, and I'm Filip Jers, and as I told, I've also played Suzuki harmonica since 2011, and I play both diatonic and chromatic. I would say an equal amount. I don't really have a system. I choose the sound that I like the most for the particular music. But I started playing diatonic harmonica when I was 13, and then I didn't play Suzuki. I think I played Honors then, because that was around. But I started overblowing like 1 year later. So my whole like harmonica, the time I have played harmonica, overblows has been pretty natural. It has never been like, oh, what is this new notes that I didn't know were there. For me, I mean.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I mean, it's different generations, so I started overblowing immediately, and I've done that all the time. I do custom stuff on my own harps. I set them up from 0 to until I'm satisfied, and then I tweak them over time because different harps need different cares, and different keys needs different cares and amount of usage, etc. But what I find is so fascinating with Suzuki harmonica is that they last. They're so durable. It's so amazing. I got this rig that has been, changed a little bit over the years in 2011. But I have not. I made a harmonica in 2011, and I'm still playing the same harp for 4 years. And then I play. I'm a full-time musician, so I play many gigs and I practice a lot. So for me, that's like, I have to be able to trust my harmonica when I play. And I was playing hearing harmonicas before, and they were good, very playable and bendable, but the brass was at that time was very shaky, so they really went out of tune, and if you did some custom work, the things like got back, and it didn't felt stable. So for me it was a pretty easy choice to go to Suzuki, because they are the most, what can I say, for me, as a pretty demanding professional player that really needs things to work as I want and sound as I want, then I have to play Suzuki. There is no option really right now. Who knows in the future? And then I'm an overblow guy, an overbend. I mean, I do all that's possible and that I can hear. And I think what I have practiced most is jazz in my life. But I started out playing blues and then jazz, and then I played lots of folk music and pop stuff and singer-songwriter, and then also a bit classical things last year, but then mainly on chromatic. I was playing a harmonica concerto written for Tommy Riley. But this year at SPAH I will try to play 50-50, both at my concert tonight, and I have a seminar later on jazz harmonica on both.
You must be really nervous.
Yeah, I mean, I'm checking it. Koei, do you want to say anything? When you start playing harmonica? Young boy?
15 years old.
Same age I did too. So.
Oh, yeah.
14, 15, yeah.
Start from diatonic.
Diatonic, yeah. Which one? Suzuki?
Honda. Suzuki.
Suzuki, yeah. And chromatic, when?
Chromatic, 25?
25, yeah.
About 25. Yeah. Suzuki.
Yeah, Suzuki. Do you play chromatic?
Like in one key,
Yeah.
D minor,
Yeah, perfect.
D, and D.
Yeah. A question?
Other than the obvious advantages and promotion you would get from any endorsement, Jason especially, why would you technically choose Suzuki?
Okay, that's a super.
How much tweaking do you do to your harps?
Okay, that's a super loaded question that we're going to be totally addressing the whole seminar, but I'll go short. Okay, the main reason is consistency, and it's in the manufacturing. Okay, other companies use blades to cut reed slots. Okay, the reed vibrates inside of a little slot. Okay, the distance between where it vibrates is different than gapping. We're not talking about off there. We're talking about the tolerance. Okay, when you're using a blade to cut things at a factory, and I've seen it, over time that blade gets dull. Now it's still gonna crank out a decent usable product. However, that tolerance is gonna widen ever so slightly as that blade gets dull. Suzuki laser cuts. So it's mainly, my main reason that I'm with these guys okay, in terms of the actual performance of what we have here today in this box, is that generally speaking, I get exactly the same product. I don't buy 5 A harps and find that 2 of them are really good, or 1 of them are really good. And I would almost rather have something that's the same, instead of one that's really amazing out of nowhere, and then, you know, so because at least I know, and that brings me to the next thing. Since the tolerances are so tight on these, when we first came up with the new reed profile for the Manji, it actually appeared on the Fire Breath. Okay, it was the first long, thin reed profile. Okay, because initially Suzuki had shorter, fat reeds, and still does on some of the other harps. The longer, thin reeds were done by Suzuki as a result of feedback from musicians about overblowing. So this is a niche market, and the company actually cared enough to listen to us. The amount of gapping, of embossing that I have to do is minimal. I could take one of these harps and in 30 minutes do what would take me hours to do with another instrument. Now, some people might prefer the result of the other brand that has had hours and hours and hours and hours into it. I would argue that a lot of that has to do with familiarity with that brand and with that model. Okay? Because to me, these things are so resonant. Like when I first got my first Manji, I was not happy at all because I felt that it was harder to bend and harder to move around. After I got used to it and I tried to go back, I got some of my old harmonicas back and I tried to go back, the quality of the bends and the overblows sounded thin and wimpy to me. And although I could play them very easily. Do you play any guitar? It's like playing, it's the difference between a Manji reed and some of the other brands' reeds is it's like playing on 12s instead of 9s. So the quality of the tone that I get out of a bend, okay, here's another model from another company. And this is actually the older reed, the good ones, like from way back, you know. And here's the Manji. But it's not even so much sound as it is feel. I feel like I have something. Like
Are you pulling harder on the Suzuki?
I'm pulling hard on both. And so, but it's mostly in how it feels to me. I feel like almost like say I was deaf.
Yeah.
I could still feel where that is, whereas
Feel
on
the reed.
Yeah, and the real problem, I'm just going to go out and say it, is the new Hohner reed profile, is the Mittinger profile is what they call it. It's a double bladed instead of a single bevel. That it performs excellent. There's no question about it. It bends and overblows 10 times easier than the older reed models. The problem with it is the way it sounds once it does. And you know how like sometimes when you're overblowing you get that hiss? On some of the other harmonicas, I get that hiss on 2-drop bend.
Yeah, exactly.
That has never happened to me on a Suzuki product. Or on an older model of the other ones. Yeah.
But I agree a lot with what you say. I mean, it takes 30 minutes to make a Suzuki Manji play like, okay, now I can focus on the music instead.
Yeah.
And I remember when I also was customizing other brands of harmonicas, I could work for 4 hours. And then my neck was like so bad shape I couldn't practice the rest of the day. And then the day after, the harmonica had changed because the metal has moved. And that's the thing that I mean, like why I go the Suzuki way is that it's so fast to work on them, so you can focus on music. And then when you have done it, it stays. And that, I mean, I'm into music in that I want to play as many hours every day.
Yeah.
I don't want to, oh man, I cannot get this note, I have to sit 3 hours to make it work. So yeah, for me it's more a kind of a music choice.
Yeah, and man, I felt guilty when I was endorsed by Hohner, because I was with Hohner for 8 years.
Yeah.
I felt guilty when people were like, what kind of harmonicas do you play? And I was like, Hohner's. And they're like, oh, I'm gonna go buy that.
Yeah.
I felt bad because it was like giving Home Depot credit for building my house. You know what I mean? I got the 2x4s there. Maybe that's a little extreme, but I don't feel guilty at all for saying, and I'm gonna prove it when we open the box, you know? Yeah.
Koei, you have anything to add? Why Suzuki?
Why?
Yeah?
Yeah. It's a great sound.
Yeah.
Tough.
Tough, yeah.
Tough.
Yeah.
Very
Quality,
tough.
yeah.
Yeah.
Long lasting.
Yeah. Very tough.
And also one thing that I really like is the phosphor bronze reeds, because I think the overtones in those reeds are more like mellowed out than on other alloys. Like brass for me is very, that 10 kilohertz is very raspy, like rubbing me here. And then if you don't have brass, it can be a bit too woolly. There is nothing above 5,000 K, or 5,000 hertz. But on just, I mean, for my kind of music, Suzuki really, they have like a kind of neutral, nice overtone, serious, that I really like. It sounds just like, more like a note, than that it sounds like a very raspy, brassy sound. It sounds, I think it sounds pretty pure, and yeah.
I agree.
And I cannot, I mean it's sound, so I cannot explain it in words, I'm no poet. but there is something that, and for the kinds of music that I play, it's a so flexible sound. And of course, some Suzuki models are invented to be blues harmonicas, but some are also more focused on being more like a pop melody harmonica.
Yeah.
We don't want that raspiness.
Right.
We want more like a clean-cutting, focused sound.
That's one of the fun things about the company too.
Yeah.
Is that they just really aren't in geared, and they don't like, it's not so much of like, oh, what are we gonna sell the most of? Like they just want to invent things to do it, which is great. And like constantly, like I'm asked questions all year long by the company about what can they fix and what can they improve. Whereas when I was with other companies in the past, I would call them up to place an order and they didn't even know who I was. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's true. And Suzuki as a company cares so much about the instrument and its players. They constantly call me up and harass me if I'm not working and want to know why. And then when I am working, they're like, "What's wrong with the instrument?" They want me to find something wrong with the instrument. They don't want it to be. They don't want to hear that it's great. They want to know what the problems are. And then every time I tell them, like just in passing or something, I end up seeing it being manufactured like a year later or less. It's pretty progressive, yeah, Jerry.
So what are your feelings on the spot welded reeds?
Yeah, I hate it. I'll be honest with you. I really liked the ability to change reeds. Now, like Filip said, I mean, you can change spot welded reeds, but Harvey, have you done it?
Yes.
There he is. Did you guys hear that? There was a lot in that, yes.
More with feeling.
Yeah, but like, it's kind of wasteful, but like Filip said, it's 30 minutes to make a new harp. It's, 10, 15 minutes to change a reed.
But
yeah, you know what I mean? It's a little wasteful, but...
There is a toolkit to change reeds. I have it, and I have done it.
Yeah.
And it works. I mean, you just pop it out, and you take away the broken one, and then there is tools to make new holes. And then you take a new reed, or a reed from another harmonica, and then you put it there. So
I send mine to Joe.
Yeah. But actually, the thing, I have broken one reed in 4 years. And that was not playing. That was customizing and slipping, and I made a slip with the tool.
I had one break and it was a new harp and I sent it back. It was something defective.
Okay.
And they replaced it. No questions asked.
1 year warranty includes reed failure.
Oh, that's great. But you were saying something that I was thinking. A question.
Yeah, Jason, at the risk of asking a stupid question, what model harmonica would you recommend for someone that wants to overblow? I mean, what's the easiest harmonica to overblow on?
I would, from Suzuki, yeah. I would Manji or an Olive. But I think there's a lot of, I'll be honest, I think there's a lot of other companies that are making good harmonicas that also overblow. I think there's less chance of getting a harmonica that doesn't or won't overblow from Suzuki. But I could probably overblow any harmonica
same
at
here.
SPAH.
And I remember now what I said about the changes that Suzuki makes in their instruments. They don't announce it like they write big letters on Facebook. Now we fix this.
Yeah.
They make these subtle changes over the years, and suddenly, I mean, and I think that's in one way it's not mean because then people don't know what to get. But in one way it's a bit funny. You just but this is fixed. So
Constantly doing that, yeah.
developing.
Yeah, always. It's just so nice too, and it's not, and it isn't about making money as much as it should be. You know what I mean? It really, it's amazing. Like just every new. I mean, when I got the new low harmonicas, I was like really blown away at the quality for the price too that you're paying because it's significantly lower than other tenor tuned instruments.
And those Suzuki, we started working on those 2012. I got my first low tune D as a prototype, and then we started let's do this and this. And
I constantly get prototypes in the mail, and that's lovely. And like I had to, it was in my contract with Hohner that I was supposed to get prototypes. It was contractual. And I beg and couldn't get anything to give any feedback at all. I remember when Rick Epping came out with the XB40, at that time there was only like 3 overblowers in the world and that were working, and I was one of them. So who better to demonstrate chromaticism than me? And I went to Rick Epping, don't get me wrong, is a genius and an amazing mind and a brilliant player and a wonderful thing, but he was at the NAMM show and couldn't play a chromatic scale. Didn't know how. And the basis, the premise of his instrument is that it's chromatic. And he was like, but look at these cool blues licks in first position in the middle octave. And it's like, wow, man, you know what I mean? It's like Suzuki seriously does not just endorse people that are popular. They, like Filip. Like, I found out about Filip because of Suzuki harmonicas.
Yeah, interesting. And then also I think, as you said, that you could overblow any harmonica at SPAH. That I think is a really statement. And I mean, because in a way, harmonicas are like, I mean, every harmonica from every manufacturer nowadays are good. I mean, there is no really bad harmonica. It's more that you choose in terms of sound, durability, and what way you want to go. You don't really choose playability anymore because the harmonicas are pretty even. I mean,
they're pretty good. Yeah.
I mean, the biggest differences are sound, tuning, and durability. Playability is like a fact. It's like a level that's up in 90% of all harmonicas.
I still have harmonicas from 2011, from the first year I was sent them.
Yeah, that's
I'm still playing them. Yeah.
And then I also have my first chromatics since 2011. I have not. I think on my Gregoire Marais models I had to retune one reed, 11 cents up. And I mean I play 200 gigs a year and I practice a lot. So I mean for me that's pretty obvious. What should I work with? But then I'm a harmonica nerd, and I like harmonicas.
Definitely.
So I go around in the vendor area and I play every harmonica because I'm into harmonica.
Right.
But then I have, of course, chosen Suzuki because of the things I have said. But I'm more into. I have a big love for the harmonica and the development of the harmonica. So, But it's interesting because I found some old. What you call Hohner Echo Bell harps, that my father bought in the 60s. And they were cool. Echo Vamper, I think they were called. Like the Sonny Boy, the big one. I mean, that's a cool harp. And why did I say that? I don't know. I mean, it was good made. But now the Echo Vamper doesn't exist. But those ones that he bought in the 60s and put in a drawer, they play better than the ones that are out now. But I mean, that's another discussion that maybe can get too much opinions. But yeah. But I think that's a good thing to feel, that you're more interested in harmonica.
Yeah,
than,
definitely.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Let's open the boxes.
Soon.
All right. So should we start with the low ones or the regular ones?
I'm gonna buy that one that you're playing on.
Low one. You start low.
These are not for sale. I get to keep these. Yeah.
Well, I'll buy you another to swap you if you're trading.
All right.
So these are unopened from the factory.
These are unopened from the factory, which is like a lot of times in my YouTube videos, people write underneath, even though I'm opening the box, they're like, yeah, he already took it apart and did stuff.
Don't they trust you?
No.
What's the world come to?
Yeah, I have not seen this box. Ah, here is this one. Yeah.
So these are like a new case.
Okay.
So this one, this is a box that holds 3.
Yeah. Three.
So it'll be a reduced price. You'll be paying less for each harp to
And,
get the 3.
and I got this
This
case.
is cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a big nerd of harmonica cases. I love harmonica
Let me get a
cases.
close up on the case.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Those 3.
There's Jason, and he's opening his. Those are the regular tune, not the low.
Yeah.
Now you can. There's space for 6 harmonicas on stage. If you open it up, you can put 6
Oh, yeah,
harps.
you put like this.
Yeah.
That's true.
I bought the 2 harmonica set just for the clamshell and sold the harmonicas.
Clamshell.
Yeah,
That's a good name.
that little case.
Maybe you
So
can
I
put
just
more.
should take the first
But I'm
one.
not supposed to be talking, so I'll shut up.
What
This,
keys are those?
this is C, G, and A.
Yeah.
These are the good first 3 keys to start on for a
We
beginner.
start, what do we start?
I guess I'm just gonna start playing it. So this is a C.
Yeah, sure.
So I'll just start with some chords.
Yeah, man.
So, yeah.
That's awesome for out of the box harmonicas.
It's amazing, right? So like, there's definitely like, I can say like, with 100% authority, there's no other harmonica here that I could have played that easily out of the box. Like, but you know, like the thing is, like, I was thinking during that, like, it's not about that it can or can't overblow. It's about how. The hardest part for me, like the only thing I would fix on this is the volume of the chord. Right? Like that's the only real problem I actually have. Like I don't have any physical problem, Harv, getting the overblow. Maybe bending. See?
Yeah, you lose it in the...
So if I have one I worked on. Okay, so that has less to do with embossing, more to do with arcing, as you know. But there's no problem getting. I mean, I played everything I wanted to play.
Yeah, me too. Wow, this was a good.
All right.
Yeah.
Then try another key.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are those manjis you're looking at?
All manjis. The whole seminar is about manjis, and they're not. They haven't been worked on. We just opened them up, Michelle.
Yeah.
So that's a G.
Yeah.
G's are pretty low.
And they are hard ones often. I mean, G's is a difference playing a C and a G harp.
Yeah, totally.
It's like playing tenor and baritone saxophone.
Okay, you want to try the A?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'll try to see if I can do something.
Do you want that?
I don't even normally do that.
Do I?
It might be better today though.
Yeah.
Fix that later.
Oh, one, then. That's a third one. I'm playing the G harmonica on an E blues.
Fancy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hip. And a bit on the...
And now a guitar solo from Jason Ricci.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a Suzuki guitar.
I will do a chorus on the C harp in an E blues, a bit fancy again. Anyway, that was, I mean, swapping harmonica positions, blah blah blah. I can still wait all night to talk about that, but there are, I mean, playing E blues on a C diatonic, you have to be reliable on that the harmonica does what you like. And there I was bending some overblows. I don't know if you heard, and I was fixing and tweaking different. As you noticed, maybe the 7 overdraw on my G harp was squealing a lot.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's included. And it's 10-minute fix. I take off the reed plates, then I push down the gapping. And if that doesn't work, I put a shim, and then I push down the reed. Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
I put a dab of nail polish
Yeah,
on either side of the reed where it meets the rivet.
Yeah,
Fixed.
exactly. And then you can also use wax. I have like a tooth brace wax. Pretty nerdy. That you also
Could use your mustache wax.
Yeah, good.
Hey.
Yeah.
Listen to this part. Nice, huh?
Yeah. I'll take one of these.
And that was the Sirius chromatic you were
Yeah,
playing?
Sirius 14 holder. Was
Pretty damn nice guitar too, I might add, 'cause I didn't know they made nice guitars.
Not me neither. I found it. Yeah. Should we open the low ones?
Yeah, let's open the low ferrets.
Where are you? And I mean, I don't know if we are here to convince everybody. Maybe we just want to inspire. Or what do you think?
Both.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, that's...
We're not getting paid to do this, by the way, so everybody knows.
I am.
Perfect.
Yeah, you're right. Let's talk about our agents afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's 2 in this.
Yeah.
Not 3. Low D. I played a low D last night on Demon Lover. Out of the box, by the way.
Sorry. Let's go blues instead.
I felt you were going there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could feel it. It was like, we got a connection, you and me. So I'm gonna try to like overblow the DR, the low D. Okay. So I couldn't do it in the song because I was trying to go. Now I can do it. There's the problem. So the only problem I have overblowing it is going from the blow note directly to the overblow.
Exactly, that pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so let me see if I can do that. On 4, on 5, and this is the hard one on this harp.
Yeah.
And then the 7 overdraw.
Yeah.
No.
But it sounds so powerful, that one. I mean, low deep.
I really liked it. Has everyone seen the Suzuki low harps? Has everyone seen them?
I played one for the first time right before I came here.
You did?
Blown away over there in the thing.
Yeah.
I'm
was
so
a low
surprised that
C.
somebody didn't send you one.
It was a, yeah, I did it. Anyway, it was a low C. It
Yeah.
was beautiful. It was.
And here's a low.
That was the A or the C?
The low C.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's so powerful. I mean,
Wow.
I noticed, that octave had a whoa, but that was my armature. I was playing very time-blocking extravaganza now, so I had to tune it a bit.
The cover plates have the extended bottom
Yeah, cone shape.
that Falisco invented years ago. And I really tried, actually, this is one example that Suzuki was late.
Yeah.
I tried years ago to get them to
Low-
do
low tune.
that. And I, one of the other things I like too is to use these cover plates on a G harmonica also sometimes. Yeah. And so the new low Fs now have come with this too.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they originally did not. They did not come with the lower thing. So it's cool. And it also, one of the differences between the Thunderbird is it has a little hole here too.
Mm.
So it's added volume
Yeah.
down there, which I think
Yeah.
helps. Yeah. Does it get your mustache?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I have a comparison because here is a low C with that open, so it's a very. That sounds like you're frying something nice. I mean. And here is one that I have closed on the bottom end, and this one is also a bit customized, but.
Yeah.
So it really dampens the sound. And I mean, you cannot say what is best, it's just different.
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna do a 12th position solo.
Oh yeah.
You ruined it for me.
Ah, sorry. 1.
It's okay,
2,
no, I was
3.
better. It was God's thing. It was a God thing. Learned by watching you.
Yeah, that is, I mean, low C. That's a tough beast. But it's funny. I was focusing on figuring out
Thank
how
you for
much.
the accompaniment.
That's the freehold bends,
Do the one.
and then 2.
Do the one draw. Do the one draw. I dare you. Whoa! Holy Dennis Grunling.
Yeah. So this, yeah, wow. I mean, what harps do you play? That's it here. Difference. Yeah, everyone. Do you play harmonica? Cool.
No, I don't. I just blow it.
Yeah.
No, I'm just teasing. I play big rivers. I play Suzuki's. I play whatever I can get my hands on. And I don't have no specific choice. I just break them open and force the reeds. I put fingernail polish, nail polish screws, paper clips, wire, anything on there to give me the effect that I want. I got something that sounds out of this world. It's just for doing one effect.
For me, it's important to dedicate myself to basically one model.
Yeah.
And the reason is I like to eliminate variables. And that way, like I can say, okay, if something's wrong, it's not because I'm not used to this harmonica. You know, like a couple of times last night, like I have some cool harps in here, you know, some really like rare and unique harmonicas from some other companies.
Oh, okay, wow.
And like I wanted to play them because they sound cool.
Yeah.
They sound totally different, like not better or anything, just weird. Like I mean,
Yeah.
you can try it. It's just weird sounding. So like the thing is about it,
Wow.
when I am in a performance context, like not at home, that is an extra strange thing that I'm dealing with. Like if I was a guitar player, I would play Les Pauls, or I would just play one. I mean, it doesn't mean I wouldn't have other guitars
Exactly.
and wouldn't like them, but as a professional musician, I have to be dedicated
To one-
to one
I agree,
thing.
100%.
Even like cover plates, like okay, I play olives because they're equal temperament, but I only play them in the studio.
Okay.
When I'm presented with a piece of music that I have to play unison on, and this isn't in the Manji, the tuning for the Manji is going to be flat if I'm playing with like a steel player and we're going up. I can't have the variable of that, but that's the only time I deviate from the Manji. It's not that I'm not interested or even like other harmonicas. I do, like you, I like harmonica. And I'm interested, but I have to be focused on one brand. When I was playing custom, Harvey knows, when I was playing custom harmonicas, I had mostly all exactly the same thing. And any little, look, just the other day I got these Blue Moon cover plates, okay? So they're Manji cover plates. They're Manji, but they're painted. They're totally screwing me up. Just because they feel a little different and sound a little darker. And so like, and I put them on before my performance last night and knew it was a bad idea. But I'm like, oh, it plays so good in here. It'll surely play good at the gig. It plays fine, I'm just not used to it. You know what I mean? So it's like I either have to put these on everything I have now or take them off, as nice as they are, because I can't jump from one to the other.
Consistency.
Yeah, it just has to be that way.
Have you seen Jimi Hendrix with something else than a white Stratocaster?
Yeah, man.
There is some picture where he plays a jazz master in the beginning of the 60s, but he always played white Stratocaster.
Or Heifetz.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or he played the same Guarneri his entire career.
And so B.B. King played his free
Lucille.
all the time.
There's violinists that kill themselves after they lose their violin. Yeah. And seriously, man. Like seriously, like you get used to one ferret.
And I can, this maybe sounds stupid, but like harmonica is a bit like shoes in that way. I mean, if you buy a pair of shoes and you wear them and they, oh man, this is not good, and after a week, oh man, shit, these shoes really suck, I have to put them back, and they costed me like $50, they're not good shoes, but after 1 month, shit, this is the most comfortable thing that I have ever tried. And I can feel the same with harmonicas, actually, that if I give them
a chance.
give them time, because the reed and everything like shape after your air pressure and your embouchure. I think that they adapt and you adapt. So really dedicating yourself to one instrument. I mean, now as we have been 4 years on Suzuki, for me they just get better, and my older harmonicas just get better. I don't. But if and I think as a musician, you really need to like know what's going on in your instrument. To be able to
Totally.
But sometimes if you're, excuse me for interrupting, but sometimes if you're a starving artist at the time, you have to get with and play with what you can at the time. You got it, you know. Even if you have to fix it to make it sound almost like you want, because all musicians here, some semi-retired, retired, want to be professionals, but they can't afford that. They can't afford to buy a $55, $75 harmonica. I mean, it's just like that. You know, I played Big Rivers. I was getting paid $50 a gig. I went and got me a Big River for $35. What did I mean? I made $15. You know, but everybody can't afford it. Now, if I could call up Horner, if I could call up Horner and get with this guy and get me an endorsement or something.
He's a Suzuki,
you know, and get me an endorsement. Hell,
well, it's really easy to get an endorsement. All you have to do is throw your entire life away, never have anything nice, no family, no friends. Yeah, go to prison, drug problems, the whole thing. Yeah, and you get free harmonicas. Yeah, it works out great. It's a great trade. Super trade, bro. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean?
I know you did. I know.
Like, dude, I get Sunday football, dude. That's like that's like the only good thing I get, dude. Besides harmonicas, you know what I mean? We pay direct TV bill and that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, dude, yeah. Like, yeah. I don't have anything nice, dude, you know what I mean? I've been making my own clothes lately, you know what I mean?
Well, I've been doing that all my life.
That's why me and you are cool.
We connect.
Yeah, that's right, we do. We do.
Absolutely.
I hear what you're saying, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. When I was starting out, I played everything. I played Leah Oscars, I played Honers. I had Folk Masters. I had Suzuki Folk Masters for a while. And I still have I know it's a terrible harmonica.
It is. It's terrible. I bought them for $10 and tore them
I
off.
still love my Folk Masters. I don't think they're so funny sounding.
Chinese!
I think they're
Don't play
funny
Chinese.
sounding. I have an old standby, okay, that I love. And the reeds rattle against, and I love it. And when I go out on my porch, that's the only harmonica I want to play. When I'm sitting by myself, like, I love cheesy things. Like, this original pre-war Honer doesn't sound really good, but it sounds really unique. But I mean, listen to how much better a Manji sounds. But it just has a unique little thing to it. And that's what I kind of like about Folk Masters. I like cheap sounding things sometimes. Like, I think they're cool. So I hear you, man. You know what I mean? You gotta play whatever you can get. But like, if you are doing this for a living, or if you do have the money, I do, like Filip, recommend just going with one ferret the whole time. Just go with the Big River. Delay played Big Rivers.
Yeah.
How you gonna argue with that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can show a little thing. I mean, most people here might play diatonic or chromatic in normal tuning, but Manji also comes in, as we have shown, it's normal, and then it's low-tuned series was introduced. Was it last year that it released? The low-tuned Manji.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
it was just last year.
Yeah, last year.
Yeah,
And that's
really this year almost.
It is, yeah, and it's in C, D, E flat, E, and F, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, but they also have minor harmonicas, Suzuki.
Are we making a low F sharp yet?
No.
Maybe.
They made one for me.
I know.
Yeah.
Me
A
too.
stock.
Did you make that for me?
No, it's
No.
stock. It's from the factory, right?
Oh.
It's stock.
No, is it?
I think it is.
The low F
I
sharp?
haven't seen it. You didn't show it to me.
A low D flat.
I saw it on the YouTube. That's how I know you have it.
Yeah.
I love I love a low F sharp because you can't play a regular F sharp.
No.
I mean, I don't like.
No.
I like playing really high harps, so I
Yeah.
could probably play it really good.
But I will play a bit on a minor tuned Manji, and I mean, I don't know how familiar you are with Swedish folk music, but I will play a song. This tune I learned from an old harmonica player that lives in the forest, really in the forest in the north of Sweden, and he worked as a plumber and played
He lives
harmonica.
in the forest,
Yeah.
in the woods.
In the woods, in a wooden house. I mean, he has electricity, but
Oh.
no more. No bathroom or no water or something. And he plays these kind of dance tunes that are like 100 years old. He's not 200 years old. He learned them from one. And this is a G minor Manji. That's 3/4. But I so I stomp on 1 and 3, and then it's based on triplet polska.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty a different kind of swing.
I was impressed that you could stomp on 1 and 3.
Yeah.
So that's like a slip jig.
Seriously.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's,
slip jig.
it's not
Slip
easy.
jig, yeah.
It's not easy.
I know a drummer you need to talk to.
Yeah, sure. And I mean, those things work also if you play. Yeah, exactly. If you play. Oh, someone is calling me. Can you solo in G minor over this one?
Yeah.
Take a low F or something. And I will play you 1 round.
Oh, you want me to do it in cross?
No, third.
Okay, in third? Oh, what key are you in?
I'm in G minor.
Okay.
So you have a low F. I will play 1 round, and then you are
Okay.
welcome to join.
Okay.
And so on. So this is that's a minor tune, the harmonic minor. Harmonic minor, and that's a bit of Scandinavian folklore for you.
Very nice, man.
Gypsy, almost sounds Hungarian gypsy.
Yeah, I mean, I think the interesting, this waltz, nobody knows where it came from. They think it's from Finland, which were gypsy. I mean, they came from Hungary upwards and settled in Finland. And then Finland has been Swedish and blah, blah, blah. So those traditional tunes travel around. But that's another thing that, Manji comes in many colors and variations in terms of tuning. This was a harmonic minor, and then there is natural minor. And then there is country tune.
And double country.
Double country.
They call it
So the
7.
nine
Yeah, they
also,
call it 7.
So, yeah. Do we have something to say in closing, or how do we?
I don't know.
No.
It's really a great harmonica. It's the only thing I want to play. I could play anything. I have a long reputation of having integrity in terms of endorsing things. I've never endorsed anything I don't use. I've gone long periods of time without any endorsement so I could play what I wanted to play. I choose to work with Suzuki because they're open-minded, forward-thinking, and interested in what the artist has to say in terms of development. That's it. And there's more in the little booklet.
I agree. What
Yeah.
you say? I mean, I'm picky, and
Yeah.
but for me, Suzuki is the best choice, no doubt. But again, I'm a lover of harmonica, of all kinds. But oh man, I like Suzuki. Koei, do you want to say final words? Final words. Sayonara.
Sayonara.
Hey!
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And I would like to say on behalf of the U.S. arm of Suzuki Japan that we are thrilled to have 3 really cool guys like you playing our harmonicas. Lovers of music who play harmonica.
USA.
That's what
Jason,
I got
I'd
to
like
say.
to add something.